Yo, what's up? It's Yanni. Went to a couple comic conventions that were very lackluster, and I got some other stuff mixed in here. First up here, X-Men 99, the original series. First appearance of Black Tom. Now, just this week that I'm making this video, it was kind of rumored that Black Tom might be the villain in the Deadpool 2. I believe the way it goes is that they cast somebody, but they didn't say what part, and that's what, for whatever reason, that's what sources are saying is Black Tom. I paid $35 for this. These, X-Men 94 and up to, like about 140. They're all pretty valuable books in high grade. This has a black cover, really, it's going to be a tough book to find in really high grade. I ended up paying $35 for it. It's not a great copy. Definitely not feeling like I stole it at that price. It's got a little bit of fading to it. The spine isn't too bad, but it's more the fading that's probably in the condition that it is. And then I picked this up for $25. Uncanny 134, first Dark Phoenix and Hellfire Club, I believe. Is that correct? And this Dark Phoenix is going to be the next X-Men movie. Now this is a pretty nice copy, but this book is not nearly as valuable. I picked this up for $25. That's about what it goes for probably in this condition. It's probably like a VF near mint, I would say. So I got those two from one dealer. I really did not buy that much stuff. I was kind of stretching to purchase something. I did get some New Mutants for $1. Digging in those dollar bins. New Mutants, a lot of it starts production I think in about June or July for the movie. New Mutants number 3, first appearance of Demon Bear, who is most likely going to be the villain in the movie. Like I said, picked up for $1, newsstand. I picked up 8, 9, and 10, which is like the first appearance of Magna. And some people are thinking she might be in the movie as well. I'm not really sure if she will or not, but I picked those up for $1. Can't beat that. These were probably the best steal of the day. A couple of 14s. First Magic. First Ileana Rasputin as Magic. New Mutants 14. And then picked up the Demon Bear Saga, which I've shown this before. I think this is where you need to really focus on your attention for this New Mutants movie. 18, obviously, first Warlock as well, who will be in the movie. And then 18 through 21 is the Demon Bear Saga by Bill Sienkiewicz. Here's a cool one for $1. Wonder Woman 197, Adam Hughes cover with the Flash on it. Flash's face looks kind of goofy. Like, he's I don't know, it's like he knew a picture was coming. He's making like a duck face or something. I don't know. X-Force 15, just a cool Deadpool cable cover. Nice high grade copy for $1. Here was another good one to pick up for $1. Black Panther number 1, the J. Scott Campbell cover, first print. It's probably like a VF copy for $1. And then the last dollar book was Adventure Comics 452. I believe this is The Death of Aqualad. I don't think I've ever owned this. I see it in at shops for like $8 to $10. So it was decent book to pick up for $1. And then from the same dealer, got all those for $1, and then I got some keys that I've been looking to add to my collection. This one, what did I pay for this? This is like even when I was asking him about it, I was describing it as a toilet paper copy. X-Men 94, never owned one. This is about as cheap as you could get in on the basement on this book. Obviously, first X-Men, first new X-Men in the series. You know, it's not giant size number one, but this is second best. Um, it's a real. I paid $26 for it. Basically, it's got some color touch on it. If you open the cover up, you can see all the black marker that somebody drew on. The cover is attached by glue, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It doesn't really look like glue. It looks like whiteout when I opened it up, but I think it's some type of glue that they use to attach the cover back on. So it's obviously not the best copy, but good to have a place to start. You know, I can always upgrade from here. This is one I've been looking to add for a while. Daredevil 168, paid $65 for it. It's got a little bit of tanning. Otherwise, it's a pretty sharp copy. Pretty high grade copy besides the tanning, which will take it down in grade. But, you know, this book is not hard to find at all. I have this on my eBay watch list because I'm always looking for one. I mean, every day there's probably at least 3 of them that are listed. Minimum. I would say 2 to 3 almost every day. So it's not a hard book to find, but it still goes for good money. Obviously, Electro's Frank Miller. Electro is going to be in the Defenders now, as well as the Daredevil series. So glad to add it. And then I picked this up for $110. Again, I don't think this was a steal either, but another one that I did not have in my collection, so I'm glad to add it. These are both like kind of the same condition, probably the same collector had them both. They're a little bit of tanning going on. I mean, they're complete off-white pages, creamed off-white pages probably. So I don't feel like I stole these, but I was looking to spend some money. It was a local dealer, so I'll see them at other shows, and you know, that goodwill goes a long way, definitely. All right, so that was all I got from that show. Not a great show. Picked these up online. Amazing, well, just Daredevil number 7, Amazing Fantasy 15 swipe. Paid like $45 for this. I think this is a 1 in 50. So like 45 I believe is what I paid. So it's not a, you know, it's about where the market is on it. And I also picked this up from the same dealer for $24. Thunderbolts number 7. This is a 1 in 25 Phil Noto. This one's a little bit harder to find. Well, they're both somewhat tough to find. This Daredevil's been selling between 35 and 45, so figured I'd pick that up. Might go up, who knows. Picked these up in an eBay lot for about $27. Deadly Class 1 through 10. I think I've been talking about these in a couple videos that I've been picking these up now that there's a little bit of a lull. And Remender did turn the script in for possible, was it a show or a movie? I can't remember which. I mean, I like this story a lot. I think it's kind of like a contemporary X-Men feel to it. So I've had a bunch. I bought it when it came out. Sold them all off, and I've been restocking now that there seems to be back down to pretty reasonable prices. Picked these up online. I don't know too much about this book, Deus Ex Human Revolution. It was a video game, and I guess it was pretty popular, and this book is pretty tough to find, this whole series. This is the first series. I paid $11 for it. It can sell for about 20. You know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And then this was just kind of a timely buy. Ended up paying $11 for it. Eternals number 2, first appearance of the Celestials, who in the Guardians of the Galaxy new movie, that's who Ego Kurt Russell said he was a Celestial, which just means a god. 1 and 2, if you can find them in high grade, definitely worth picking up for a reasonable price, obviously. I got these 2 online as well. Black Adam number 1, the variant, Alex Ross variant. This book's kind of tough to find. I don't know if I've ever seen one in the wild. I looked online; they're about $40, and I paid 15 for that, so that was a pretty good buy. And Final Crisis #3, the J.G. Jones variant, paid $3.50 for that. That's just a really really beautiful cover by J.G. Jones. Now this issue had over 100,000 print run, and I think these were just like 1-to-1 variants. So usually the B covers don't get ordered as many. I would guess, maybe 60-40 or 70-30. So there's probably about 30 to 40,000 of these out there. Really nice cover though. I think it's definitely underappreciated and overlooked, probably because of how many there are. Here's one that I had on my radar for a while, just waiting for the right time to buy it. Deadpool Back in Black #1. I think this was a 1-to-50, correct? And then the black and white was a 1-to-100. Paid $21 for it. I think it's a pretty decent cover. I think it's one of those Liefeld covers that over time will mature and command a little bit of money. I think there's a good number of them out there. I think a lot of people saw them coming. But usually, if that may not have as much bearing on the value if there's a lot of them, because really what it comes down to is supply and demand. People want this, they put it in their collection, and that's where it sits, and then in 2 years people are looking for it and there aren't many to be found, and boom, value goes up. So I'm glad to add that one. Okay, here's some from a con that I went to. Another con that was, again, wasn't too happy with the results. These are all from one dealer. Killing Joke for $40. Really nice high grade copy. Also got a Dark Knight Returns #1 for $60. I mean, that thing is beautiful too. Really nice copy. And then I threw this in. Champions #1, the JSC variant. I have owned one of these. Bought it when it came out off the website, I believe. De Comixado website. I paid $40 for that. It's going for $75 to $80. So, and this is a pretty nice copy. These copies were really pretty crap in terms of the covers on them. It's got a black cover on the back. A lot of them ended up with, even this one did a little bit of a cover rub here. I've seen these things like all this part is worn. I mean, it's just not a good production on it. On the way to that con, I did stop at a shop. I actually stopped at 2 shops, and I found one comic between the two. Spawn #1, newsstand. Now, this guy looked it up, and he said $10. I said, okay, I'll take that. So, obviously didn't recognize that it was a newsstand. This book, you know what, I forgot to look this up, but it's probably a $30 book at minimum for a newsstand, probably even more. 9.8 graded, very tough to find. I don't think I've ever seen one in the wild again. You can find them online, but I want to say this goes for even more than 30, but I forgot to look it up. At any rate, super happy to add that one to the collection. Bought one of these for $16. I think this is my second copy. Fantomex is definitely one in this book that got on my list that long-term spec. I really think he'll show up in a movie. He's a pretty cool character, so I felt like I had to get it. Well, I should say I'm stocking up on him when I see him for around 15 or less. It's not a super easy book to find in high grade either because of this black here. A lot of the times I see it's got a bunch of spine ticks on it. Here's some stuff I got from Midtown. Black Cloud #1 from Jason Latour. I think it was about cover price $4. It was a pretty decent read, I thought. I liked it. I haven't read the subsequent issues yet, but I liked it. Here's one to keep an eye out for. Wonder Woman #38. This is the second print. I believe I showed this a long time ago, around the time when it came out, because I thought, hey, this is the same image as the 1 in 100 sketch variant. Now, this particular issue, 38, had a regular cover. I think it's this in color. Then there was a sketch variant, 1 in 100. Then there was also the other. I think it's also a Finch. I think it's a 1 in 100 variant as well. The one that goes for like $500 and 9.8. So I think when that started going up in price, people's attention got shifted to this issue, and this one in particular, this second print variant's going for about $15 right now. And like I said, it's the same image except they added the blood on here, which is pretty cool. Actually, I think it's a pretty nice cover. So keep an eye out for that, because I don't think a lot of people know that is actually selling pretty well. And then I picked up one of these, the April Fool's variant. I'm not really sure why they call it April Fool's, except, you know, for this issue, it says Snyder. It's a Jock cover. It's got Snyder and Jock, you know, saying that they're taking over, which is not what happens in this issue. But it's a pretty cool cover. Right out of the gate, it was kind of tough to find. I think it sells for like $6 to $8 maybe. So that was pretty cool. I actually picked this up from Mile High for $10. Invincible 111, the sketch cover, blank sketch cover. This thing was selling for, there was a couple sales of like $80, and that's when I went looking online for it, and I found it at Mile High for 10. It's settled down now. It's like 35, so it's still pretty good pickup at that price. I also picked this up, New Warriors #1. It's the first appearance of this big guy. I forget what his name is. Scotty Young drew this series. 1 in 4 are first appearances of characters that are going to be on the New Warriors TV show. So 4 is a little bit tougher to find. It's a woman character. I can't remember what her name is. I don't remember what either of these guys' names are, but I picked that up, you know, for, I think it was like $2, so why not? Here's one I got online. Like I said with those other ones, sign up for this store's email, because they do these variants a lot, and they'll ship to the US. So this was actually like $38 by the time all said and done. Jessica Jones #6, J. Scott Campbell, Daycom Mixado variant, only sold sold through Daycom Mixado. So it's a little pricey by the time you get all the shipping in, but these have a tendency to go up over time. I got this through the Humble Bundle website. Humble Bundle is a digital comics website, kind of like what's Comixology, where typically they have like a sale where you can just kind of name your price, and they'll do a whole series of comics for, if you only want to pay $1, then that's all you pay. So this was a Valiant one when XO Man of War, the new series, was coming out. They offered this Virgin variant that's signed by Louis LaRosa, who's an awesome artist. I think this ended up being like $25, $28 to get this comic and a whole ton of Valiant digital comics. So it was pretty cool. This one, Power Girl #20, it had like a little bit of a uptick. I paid $4.50 for this. I got it online mainly because I've got this one from the same retailer. Let me see this thing. This thing is in really nice shape. These are tough books to find in really high grade. These Spidey Super Stories. This is #39, first appearance of the Thanos copter. Really cheesy thing to hold value on, but it sells pretty well. I paid $11 for that. Scalped. Looks like so there were some images from Jason Aaron on his Twitter that they're finally firing that show up for production. So felt like I need to pick one up. Pretty cool. This is the first and the last issue number 60. So pretty cool covers. Picked this up. Where the heck did I get this? Oh, that might have been from one of those. That might have been from where I got the Spidey Super Stories from. Uncanny Inhumans number 11. Paid $2.50 for it for the first mosaic, first print. I mean, below cover price, so can't really beat that. The book's not really doing anything, but here's a really cool book. Bestsellers number 1. I got this off of eBay for $100, and the story behind this is a pretty cool story as far as the seller. He sold probably a dozen of them, some for like 80 and some for 100. I didn't see it until they were at 100. But this thing is super crisp, and the story is that this the seller was actually the creator of Crystal Callisto. So he had a case of them sitting in his closet and decided to sell some of them off. This is the prototype for the Goon by Eric Powell. And that's this guy right here. So this is like kind of, you could say, the first Goon. It's really the first prototype for Goon. So it's a pretty cool book. I paid $100 for it, but it's super crisp. I mean, this is 9.8. I might get it graded. And it's just a cool story. What else? Oh, I got these from a local shop. He had a whole run of DMZ, like 1 to 40, for $10. Number 14, scalped preview. So kind of first scalped. Every once in a while, this one shop will throw out those kind of runs, which is at really good prices. These got these in the quarter box. Wonder Woman Gallery. It's just a pinup book, but this cover is Brian Boland. Any Wonder Woman with Boland for a quarter is a pretty good bet. Mighty Avengers number 8. Just a pretty cool symbiote cover. I think that's is it Maxim or something? Maxima? It's a woman, Carnage. I forget what her name is. Echo number 1. I think this is, I was looking this up. I think this is just a regular cover. I don't think it's a newsstand, but maybe it is. I can't remember. It's been a while since I bought this. It's definitely the first print, because it's got the first print has the foil on the title. Second print doesn't, just has gray. But I want to say not all of them have this, so it might be a newsstand. I can't recall. Oh, so I got that for a quarter. Then I just picked up 2 through 4 as well. See, all these have UPCs on the cover. I don't know. I have to look into that. Oh, and I picked up, what were these? These were $3 each. The Circle of 4. Part 2, Part 4. I wonder what Part 1 is. So this is Venom, Red Hulk. What did I say? Venom. Ghost Rider. So there must be 5 of these. Oh, this is 13.1. So 13 must be Circle of 4, Part 1. And then that matches with the only one that was missing I'd shown in a video before is the X23 cover, which I really think is a good one. These are all connecting, so pretty cool. Picked those up for $3 each. And final thing I got here, I don't have a price on this. I think I paid like 15. Nailbiter number 1. Been trying to pick these up when I can find them for a good price as well, because I really like this story. It's probably one of my favorite stories, and I think it would be an easy TV show, or probably it'd be a good TV show because of how many characters are in it. It's kind of like a crime show. So that's what I got. Thanks for watching. Guess hopefully with con season I'll be able to get some better stuff at shows, but all it comes down to price, what people are pricing stuff at. So thanks for watching again. I'll see you next time. Keep trolling those dollar bins.